Alright. First, congrats. You finished Act 1 of Julius Caesar. Now we're into Act 2, Scene 1. This is for your homework for pages 48 to 63. We're going to start with Brutus by himself in his orchard. So you should picture him alone in a garden. He says, "Lucius, are you there? I can't tell by the position of the stars how near it is to daybreak. Lucius, are you there? Wish I had that weakness to sleep so soundly. Come on, Lucius, wake up, I say, Lucius." Lucius, his servant, enters. "Did you call me, my lord?" "Put a candle in my study, Lucius. Call me when it's lit." "I will, my lord." Lucius exits. Brutus is now talking to himself. He says, "The only way is to kill Caesar. I have no personal reason to strike at him, only in the best interest of the people. He wants to be crowned. The question is, how would being king change him? Evil can come from good just as poisonous snakes tend to come out into the open on bright sunny days, which means we have to walk carefully. If we crown him, I admit, we'd be giving him the power to do damage. And rulers abuse their power when they separate it from compassion. To be honest, I've never known Caesar to let his emotions get the better of his reason. But everyone knows that an ambitious young man uses humility to advance himself. When he reaches the top, he turns his back on his supporters and reaches for the skies while scorning those who helped him get where he is. Caesar might act like that. Therefore, in case he does, we must hold him back. And since our fight is with his future behavior, not what he does now, I must frame the argument like this. If his position is furthered, his character will fulfill these predictions, and therefore we should liken him to a serpent's egg. Once it's hatched, it becomes dangerous like all serpents. Thus we must kill him while he's still in the shell." Lucius enters. "The candle is burning in your study, sir. While I was looking for a flint to write it, I found this paper on the window, sealed up like this, and I'm sure it wasn't there when I went to bed." He gives Brutus the letter. "Go back to bed. It isn't daybreak yet. Is tomorrow the 15th of March, boy?" "I don't know, sir. Check the calendar and come tell me." "I will, sir." Lucius leaves again. "Meteors whizzing in the sky are so bright, I can read by them." He opens the letter and starts to read. "Brutus, you're sleeping. Wake up and look at yourself. Is Rome going to... etc. Speak, strike, fix the wrongs." Another letter says, "Brutus, you're sleeping. Wake up." I've noticed many such calls to action left where I could find them. Is Rome going to... etc. What does this mean? Will Rome submit to one man's power? My ancestors drove Tarquin from the streets of Rome when he was pronounced a king. Speak, strike, fix it. Is this asking me to speak and strike? Oh, Rome, I promise you, if you're meant to receive justice, you'll receive it by my hand. Lucius enters. "Sir, 15 days of March have gone by." The sound of a knock off stage. Brutus says, "Good, go to the gate. Somebody's knocking." Lucius exits again. "I haven't slept since Cassius first began to turn me against Caesar. From the time when you decide to do something terrible to the moment you do it, everything feels unreal, like a horrible dream. The unconscious and the body work together and rebel against the conscious mind." Lucius re-enters. "Sir, it's your brother-in-law Cassius at the door. He wants to see you." "Is he alone?" "No, sir. There are others with him." "Do you know them?" "No, sir. Their hats are pulled down over their ears and their faces are half buried under their cloaks, so there's no way to tell who they are." "Let them in." Lucius exits. "It's the faction," meaning it's the group. "It's the faction that wants to kill Caesar." "Oh, conspiracy. Are you ashamed to show your face at night when evil things are most free? If so, when it's day, Where are you going to find a cave dark enough to hide your monstrous face? No, don't bother to find a cave, conspiracy. Instead, hide your true face behind smiles and friendliness. If you went ahead and exposed your true face, hell itself wouldn't be dark enough to keep you from being found and stopped. The conspirators, Cassius, Casca, Decius, Cinna, Metellus, and Trebonius, enter. Cassius speaks. I'm afraid we're intruding too boldly on your sleep time. Good morning, Brutus. Are we bothering you? Brutus replies. I was awake. I've been up all night. Do I know these men who are with you? Yes, every one of them. There isn't one of them who doesn't admire you, and each of them wishes you had as high an opinion of yourself as every noble Roman has of you. This is Trebonius. He's welcome here. This is Decius Brutus. He's welcome too. This is Casca, this is Cinna, and this is Metellus Cimber. They're all welcome. What worries have kept you awake tonight? Can I have a word with you? Brutus and Cassius whisper together. Decius speaks. Decius says, Here's the east. Won't the dawn come from here? Casca says, No. Excuse me, sir. It will. These gray lines that lace the clouds are the beginning of the dawn. You're both wrong, pointing his sword. Here, where I point my sword, the sun rises. It's quite near the south, since it's still winter. About 2 months from now, the dawn will break further to the north, and due east is where the capital stands, here. Brutus walks forward with Cassius. Give me your hands, all of you, one by one. He shakes their hands. Cassius says, And let us swear to our resolution. Brutus replies, No, let's not swear an oath. The sad faces of our fellow men, the suffering of our own souls, and the corruption of the present time aren't enough to motivate us. Let's break it off now, and each of us go back to bed. Then we can let this ambitious tyrant continue unchallenged until each of us is killed at his whim. What if we have reasons? But if we have reasons that are strong enough to ignite cowards into action and make weak women brave, and I think we do, then countrymen, what else could we possibly need to spur us to action? What bond do we need other than that of discreet Romans who have said what they're going to do and won't back down? What oath do we need other than what we honest men have told each other, that this will happen and we will die trying? Swearing is for priests, cowards, overly cautious men, feeble old people, and those long-suffering weaklings who welcome abuse. Only men whom you wouldn't trust anyway would swear oaths. For the worst reason, don't spoil the justness and virtue of our endeavor, nor weaken our own irrepressible spirits by thinking we need a binding oath. And the blood that every noble Roman contains within him would be proven bastard's blood if he broke the smallest part of any promise he had made. Cassius replies, But what about Cicero? Should we see what he thinks? I think he will stand strong with us. Casca says, Let's not leave him out. Cinna says, No, by no means. Metellus says, Yes, we should get his support, for his mature presence will make others think well of us and speak out in support of our actions. They'll assume that Cicero, with his sound judgment, ordered the actions. His dignified maturity will distract attention from our youth and wildness. Brutus says, No! Don't even mention him! We shouldn't tell him about our plans. He'll never follow anything that other men have started. Cassius says, Then leave him out. Indeed, he's not right for this. But should we only go after Caesar, no one else? Cassius says, Good point, Decius. I don't think it would be wise to let Mark Antony, whom Caesar is so fond of, outlive Caesar. We'd find he's a dangerous plotter. And as you know, his connections, if he put them to good use, might be enough to hurt us all. To prevent this, Mark Antony should die along with Caesar. Brutus replies, Our action will seem too bloody if we cut off Caesar's head and then hack at his arms and legs too. Caius Cassius, because Mark Antony is merely one of Caesar's arms. It'll look like we killed Caesar out of anger and Mark Antony out of envy. Let's be sacrificers, but not butchers, Caius. We're all against what Caesar stands for. There's no blood in that. Oh, how I wish we could oppose Caesar's spirit, his overblown ambition, not hack up Caesar himself. But unfortunately, Caesar has to bleed if we're going to stop him. Noble friends, let's kill him boldly, but not with anger. Let's carve him up like a dish fit for the gods, not chop him like a carcass fit for dogs. Let's carve him up like a dish fit for the gods, not chop him up like a carcass fit for the dogs. Let's be angry only long enough to do the deed, and then let's act like we're disgusted by what we had to do. This will make our actions seem practical, not vengeful. If we appear calm to the people, they'll call us surgeons, rather than murderers. As for Mark Antony, forget him. He'll be as useless as Caesar's arm after Caesar's head is cut off. And Cassius says, but I'm still afraid of him, because of the deep-rooted love he has for Caesar. Alas, good Cassius, don't think about him. If he loves Caesar, then he can only hurt himself by grieving and dying for Caesar. And I'd be surprised if he even did that, for he prefers sports, fun, and friends. Trebonius says, there's nothing to fear in him. Let's not kill him. He'll live and laugh at this afterwards. That's the end of your homework.